make sure it's kosher. Lean on me like Bill Withers until you smell the roses.
What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Subscribe or die trying. You see the thumbnail. Just bear with me. These are some of the issues with being too emotional. I wanted to revisit this in a way because some people, excuse me, let their emotions control them, and their emotions make their decisions for them. So the reason I use the Hulk and the Red Hulk together thing is because one thing that happens with the Hulk is when Bruce Banner, David Banner, whatever one, gets upset, he gets angry, the Hulk comes out. But in some ways, everything that happens is the Hulk's fault and not David Banner or Bruce Banner. You get what I'm saying? That I don't remember what went on. I had a moment. I lost control that day, and I have that is not me that kicked over those buildings. I did not throw that car at that old lady. That was the Hulk. That was not me. Yes, we're the same person, but see, when the Hulk comes out, it's not me. Like I should not be responsible for the Hulk's actions. Well, how about you not keep getting angry everywhere you go and not tear up everything? So you are responsible, and that's part of the issue with people who are too emotional. People do things because they're in their feelings, right? And then when they do these things, then they calm down and they relax and it's over with. And maybe, you're getting back at a particular person. So you feel like I'm getting even, I don't care. But people who are too emotional, they destroy people and people's things that aren't involved. They have nothing to do with whatever you're upset about. And your only excuse is, I was upset, I was emotional, I was going through something. So that mindset means they're just supposed to let you slide and pick up the pieces of their life that you destroyed because you was in your feelings. And not to mention, people who are too emotional, they keep having all of these emotional outbursts because being too emotional becomes a crutch, and some of you get enabled by other people who allow you to just lean on this crutch every time you do something that's out of pocket. So it's a problem. Then there are people who are very emotional and they can go off the rails. But one thing they don't like is somebody um, restraining them or confining them or putting them in a box. They don't want to be boxed in. And I'm talking literally and figuratively. But without asking the serious question, or they don't, people who are too emotional may lose control. But the one thing they don't want is to feel like somebody's controlling them, is what I should have said. But the larger issue is your emotions control you, so you're not in control of you. So when you're not in control of you, and everything around you is just collateral damage to you not being able to control yourself, you should already understand there's going to come a point where somebody's going to control you for you. And some of y'all don't get it, or y'all get upset by it, but I can't. You're not gonna hold me down and hold me back, and it's like, yeah, actually I am. You know why? Because if I let you keep going free, you're gonna destroy far more than you ever fix. And guess what? All the people who have to pick up from scratch and all the enemies you made would have been unnecessary, because I could have just stopped you a long time ago. Because people who are too emotional don't grasp the concept of time. They don't. you know, it doesn't register to them that you've been doing this stuff for years or decades. It doesn't register because everything was just yesterday. Because when people are emotional, they vacillate from one feeling to the next, and they live life from one feeling to the next. And because of that, they don't put it together cohesively. Like, oh, this is what I'm doing in totality. It's just, oh, I did that because I was in this feeling. Oh, I did that because I was in that feeling. Oh, I did that because I felt this kind of way. Oh, I did that because I felt that kind of way. Oh, well, it's not my fault I did that. They provoked me to do that. So then I did that because it was that. So everything is a wind up, it's a bunch of isolated incidents. And if it isn't the same incident occurring over and over again, they're not going to necessarily take responsibility and say it's me. So, the issue with overly emotional, with being too emotional, is always been the lack of responsibility and accountability. So, for me, I think people who can't control themselves need to learn how, because even, and it's silly I have to say this, but I do. Even the people that are too emotional, they don't grasp the concept of revenge. Because, if you blame everything on a feeling, somebody shouldn't get at you directly. It was your feeling that day, your feeling this day. But they don't see your feelings, they see you. So some of you don't get it that people are definitely going to approach you in a vengeful way because you did something that warrants revenge. Even if you don't see it, because you feel different today. And that's the last issue I get at is that's the problem with being overly emotional is that you know your memory is tied to your emotions. So you don't necessarily remember something because you don't feel that way anymore. So I didn't even recall I did that, but the people you did it to, they remember very well. So I'm done with this one. Tell me what you think. Like, share, subscribe, or die trying. Catch y'all on the next one. Peace.